Okay, so hello and welcome again to learning the use of English with Mr. Techno. On today's episode, we are going to be looking at a topic in phonology. Okay, and this topic in question is under the vowel sounds. So we're going to look at the first vowel sound, which is the long E sound. Okay, the long E sound. Right now, if you have not seen the video on introduction to the English sound system, okay, do ensure you get that particular teaching. Okay, the link is added here on this video, so just click and then watch it. All right, now let's quickly recall that whenever a sound has colon, or whenever colon is attached to a sound, that sound is considered long. Okay, so this is a long vowel. And another name for long vowels is called tense vowels. Another name for long vowels is called tense vowels. Okay, tense vowels or long vowels. Please take note. Tense vowels or long vowels. All right. So we have some questions here from the Unified Tertiary Matriculation Exam, okay, on this sound. And this is just to serve as a teaching aid. All right. So you see how questions on vowel sounds or on other sounds like consonants too are asked. Now, you find that from the board, there are two main forms in which these sounds, whether vowels or consonants, could be texted. Okay, number one, you are given a word, a keyword, and letters are underlined. So the examiner underlines a letter or two or more. Yes, depending on how many letters in that word are involved in the production of a particular sound. All right. So you are then given options from A to D or E, okay, in critical cases. And then you are expected to pick the word from these options that possess the sound. All right. So that's the first form. You are given a word and letters are underlined. The second form is, as you can see here in question 4, you are given the symbol of the sound, that is the phonetic symbol, and then you are expected to locate the word that has this sound. Okay, so this is an efficient way to test students because it helps a student know, number one, letters where sounds occur, and number two, how to identify sounds by their phonetic symbols. Okay, so such formats of asking oral English questions are popular with the UTME, are popular with the Senior School Certificate Exam, even the National Examination Council, NECO, and your General Certificate Exam, okay, and others, too numerous to mention. So this is chiefly how questions on sounds are tested, okay. Also, it could be tested in the form of what we call pick the odd one out. Okay, just as you can see on your screen. You are given 4 options, 3 of which possess a particular sound, and 1 of the 4 options does not have the same sound with the others. Okay, so the one that does not have the same sound as the other 3 is considered the odd member. And in exam conditions, that odd one should be your answer, as you can see on your screen. Okay, so this is another format um, that examiners employ when asking oral English questions. Okay, please note that in this particular format, the examiner uses what we call closely related words, okay, like your homophones or homonyms and so on. Yes, so they could be spelled alike, they could look alike, but they don't sound alike in some cases. All right. So that particular word that does not possess the same sound as the others, okay, is considered the odd member. All right, as you can see on your screen. Okay, back home. Now, which letters, or rather, in what letters will the long E sound be present? Okay, so let's make a list. Okay, so the long E sound will be present in the following letters. Number one, it is present in words where we have the cluster EE. It is present in words where we have the cluster EE, just as in the word seed, SEED. Okay, so we find it in seed, we find it in a word called breed. It is present in words that have double E, that is E clustered. Okay, number two, it is found in words that have EA written together, like in the word bead. Yes, the ornament that is worn by most persons, either for traditional purposes or for fashion. Okay, we have the word teach. We have that sound here in the word teach, the letters EA. Okay, number three, we have the long E sound in the letters IE. IE, please take note. These are the letters you find that examiners underline in exam questions when they are testing students on the long E sound. Good. So if I have IE, I will have words like believe. The sound is here. I will have words like chief. Yes, a traditional titled man. Okay, so IE produces the long E sound, EA produces the long E sound, EE produces the long E sound. Okay, number four, we have that sound in the letters EI, letters EI. All right, now we find this in words like receive, EI. We equally find it in words like deceive, EI. All right. Now, number five, we find this sound equally in words that just possess letter I. Just as you can see in this question, you see that only the letter I in the word police is underlined. Yes, so it has that sound. All right. So let's see other examples of words that have letter I possessing the long E sound. We find it in a word like marine. We find it in a word like caprice. All right, excellent. Six, we find the long E sound also in some words that possess letter E. Letter E, yes, it occurs in letter E. So we have examples like a word called seam. This, we have a word called theme, THEME, theme. Okay, excellent. Number seven, we find it in words that have letters OE, with popular examples being a word like phoenix, a word or a name like Phoebe. Okay, let's add another example here in something we call fetus. Okay, these letters produce the long E sound. Now, number eight, we can have this sound in words that have letters AE, such as in the word pediatrics, pediatrics, such as in the word encyclopedia, pedia. You see that now? Even in the ore of iron in chemistry known as hematite, yes, the AE produces the long E sound. I hope we're learning. Excellent. So look at that. Number one, we find the long E sound in words with EE, just like in the word seed, breed. We find the long E sound in words with EA, just like in the word bead, in the word teach. We find the long E sound in letters IE, as seen in the word believe and in the word keep. We find the long E sound in letters EI, as in the word receive and in the word deceive. We find the long E sound in letter I occurring in words like marine and caprice. Okay? We find the long E sound in words having letter E, like in the word scene and theme. We find the long E sound in letters OE, as seen in words like phoenix, phoebe, and fetus. Okay? Even in the word, the organism, amoeba. All right? We find the long E sound in words having letters AE, all right, in words like pediatrics and encyclopedia. Excellent. Now, this is um, the English sound system, and there's something I would love you to know. Okay, and this singular statement I am about to make is the sole reason why the English phonetics and phonology happens to be quite problematic for first-time learners. Okay, so I'll get right to it. Now, for most of the letters that sounds occur in, for example, the letters we wrote down here that this sound occurs in, all right, there are words that possess these letters but produce a different sound. Do you get that now? That's like saying, for example, just like we have EE here, okay, I could have a word like BEE. Please observe what I'm doing. BEE. Now it should give me this, and it should, and it will, okay? But as soon as I introduce arrow here, the sound has changed. So this is what I'm saying. Does this word possess cluster E? It does. It has double E. But does it have the long E sound? No, it doesn't. Yes, in the word beer, which is transcribed as beer. You see that now? So, words that possess letters that should give us a certain type of sound, but end up giving us some other sound, we call such words exceptions. All right? Yes. So whenever we teach the English sound system, we must endeavor that we make mention of exceptions. Yes. Because when you teach a particular sound and you say it occurs in a particular kind of letter or kinds of letters, all right, you discover that there are other words that possess those letters but do not produce that particular sound in context. So such words are called exceptions. Just like you can see, okay, so the exception to number one here, words that have EE, is words that have EE arrow. So if a word has double E but ends with arrow, it does not produce the long E sound. Rather, it gives us a diphthong known as ear. Okay, in my introductory video to the oral English, I made mention of the diphthongs as well. Do endeavor you have a look at that. All right. Same thing happens in words with EA. Yes, if I have letters EA written together in a word, it could produce two other sounds for now. One of the sounds it could produce is in the word bread, BREAD. The EA there produces what we call the air sound. The air sound. Yes, bread. Okay. Meanwhile, here EA is supposed to give us the long E sound. Yes, so you see that the English phonetic system is laden with exceptions. Exceptions. The English language itself, as a language and as a subject, is laden also with exceptions. Yes, even when we talk the English grammar, we could give a rule for syntax, and then something else is violating that rule. Yes, so we have exceptions all over the English language as a language and as a subject. All right. Now, if a word has letters EA also, and just after the EA, the letter arrow appears, okay, the sound equally changes. Please take note of that. The sound equally changes. Now, in words with letters IE, if arrow is added at the end, such a word will lose the long E sound. Okay, so we find this in words like PIE arrow, in words like TIE arrow, tear, tear, peer. Are we there? Excellent. Now, in monosyllabic words that have letters IE, just like in the word lie, LIE, monosyllabic words with IE do not produce the long E sound. Yes, just as you see here, lie. This gives us a diphthong known as I. Okay, so the transcription is written like this, lie. All right. Now, if a word has letters EI, it gives us this, as seen here. Okay. Now, we have a word with EI that does not produce the long E sound. And this is the word. The word we know as weird. Weird, which is to be strange, to be bizarre, to be preposterous, to be odd. Yes. Okay. So you should also endeavor to avail yourself of the synonym teachings, the vocabulary classes on this channel. They'll do you a great good. All right. So in this word, EI, the letters EI is not giving us the long E sound. Rather, it is giving us a diphthong. Weird, weird, weird. Okay. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So same thing happens or goes for all of the others. Yes, there are words, existent words, that do not produce this sound, although they possess these letters. I hope you get that now. Excellent. So let's come to our questions and let's do justice to it. Okay? Now, we have feast, EA, underlined. Remember I told you the letters EA produce the long E sound. So this word is called feast. Let's attempt to provide a transcription for it. This is it, feast. You see that now? So this underlined part is actually the long E sound. That's what we're looking for. All right? So in this word, H-E-A-D, it is pronounced as head. It is pronounced as head. All right? So it doesn't have the sound we're looking for. This is caprice. Caprice. You see, it has the long E sound there. Excellent. So I know this is my answer. Okay, but let's transcribe the others so we are certain. This is suffice. Suffice. Okay, then this is practice. Practice. So at the end here, the letter I in option D here in the word practice produces a short E sound. Okay, meanwhile, we need a long E sound. So our answer is caprice. Excellent. In the word key, K-E-Y, we have the long E sound. Yes, letter E, just like we mentioned here, number 6. You can see that, right? Good. In the word key, we have the long E sound, and it will be transcribed as this. This is a transcription for key. Now, this is hey. It's a diphthong, so this is wrong. This is way. So this is wrong. This is key. Please take note. This word spelled as Quay is pronounced as key. So it has the same pronunciation as Key. Do take note of that. All right. And then this is just K. So our answer is option C here. I hope we're learning. Excellent, excellent. Now, I will advise that you equally attempt past questions or more questions on your own using these basic knowledge that you have found here on English with Techno. Okay, so make sure you practice more. Now, let's see question 4. We have the symbol. We know the symbol. We know the sound. It is the E sound. Now, we're looking for which of these words has it. Okay. Now, in the word sit, we have a short E sound here. Please take note of that. In the word sit, we have a short E sound. All right. Now, you know that the word sit has another form, which is SEAT. Yes, this possesses the long E sound because it has letters EA. Okay, but that's not our focus now. In the word people, the EO here gives us the long E sound. People, people. All right, so this is our best bet. In the word him, the letter Y there produces the short E sound. So it's pronounced as him, him. And in the word jeopardy, the EO is actually E. The EO is actually E. You see that now? The EO in the word jeopardy is actually E. Can you see that? Good. So our answer would be option B. All right. So you can see obviously that when dealing with questions in the oral English, examiners more often than not underline letters because sounds occur in letters. Okay, so right here on this channel, for every class we have on sounds, we are going to be introducing letters to you. Okay, and we're going to break these sounds into the letters that they occur in. All right, excellent. Like I always say, watch this teaching over and over again so you can get the message. Yes, there could be some things mentioned or written that you may have missed in a hurry. Go over them again. All right. So, vowel sound number 1, the E sound, has been taken care of. All right. If you have learned and you understood, kindly leave a comment for us in the comment section. If you have questions too, or you have topics you would like Mr. Techno to bring to your viewing pleasure, do mention such topics in the comment section as well. I am here to serve you. Until next time, same channel, it's goodbye. I'll see you.